having different elements. Okay, so here the power factor is not unity because it is not purely resistive circuit. If it is a purely resistive circuit, we know that the power factor is 1, and if purely inductive circuit is there, then we know that the power factor is 0. Fine. So in RL series circuit, the power factor is not 0. It may be 0.9, it may be 0.8, it may be 0.7. How we are going to discuss this today? Okay, so first of all, we will write all the definitions and all the equations which we derived. Fine. Um, Therefore, the waveforms are like this is a voltage waveform with respect to time t, and similarly, we can have the current waveform also. So this is voltage waveform. Now this is 90-degree. Fine. So whenever you draw, please remember this angle is always lies in between 0 and 90-degree. Therefore, you need to draw the diagram of current or the waveform of current, which is always in between 0 and 90-degree, and then you have to draw like this. Fine, irrespective of magnitude of Vm and Im. Okay, so here you need to draw I is equal to Im sine omega t minus phi. Clear? And this phi may vary in between 0 to 90-degree, and according to that the power factor is also going to vary. We also derived the equation of voltage, that is under root of VR square plus VL square, and we can also write the equation of impedance. So by taking I common from this equation, we can write R square plus XL square, and then finally we can write V is equal to I into Z, where Z is under root of R square plus XL square. So impedance is always measured in the form of ohm. These are the equations we derived. Also, we derived the equation of tan phi. Tan phi is equal to, from this triangle called a voltage triangle, power triangle, and impedance triangle. So we can write V here, VL here, and VR here. This is an angle phi. This is 90-degree. Fine. So here we can write tan phi is equal to VL upon VR, and we can find phi is equal to tan inverse VL upon VR. Similarly, from impedance triangle Z, R, and XL, we can write cos phi is equal to R by Z, and then we can find phi is equal to cos inverse R by Z. Why we have written cos phi here? Because cos phi is known as power factor, which is a multiplying factor of the apparent power equation, P is equal to V into I. Correct? Today we are going to discuss this apparent power, active power, and reactive power, and then we'll jump directly into RC series circuit. So this is voltage triangle, impedance triangle, and then we have derived the equation of power also. The equation of power also, by using these two different equations, we have that equation of power, P is equal to Pm by root 2 into Im by root 2 into cos phi, and that was the real part, and imaginary part was not considered. And actually we have received 1/2 Vm Im cos phi. So instead of using 1/2, we can write Vm by root 2 Im by root 2 into cos phi, and Vm by root 2 is Vrms, that is RMS value of the voltage, and I is the RMS value of current, IRMS. So Vrms is Vrms is equal to 0.707 times maximum value, Vm maximum value, and this is the equation of power, that is called active power. So whenever we discussed about AC power, we know that the DC power, P is equal to is a product of voltage and current I here. But in case of AC, when we discuss about AC, the power factor is not the product of V and I, but it is also the product of V, IRMS, and cos phi. Or sometimes it is written as VI cos phi also, power. And this power is alternating power which is consumed by a devices, and the power factor is an important factor here. So in the circuit, if the value of XL is more, if the value of XL is more, and if the value of R is different, I mean, if we can vary the value of R and XL, then we can vary the power also. Because if both these parameters vary, according to that, the current will vary also, and power factor is also going to be very clear. The best example is a bulb which is we normally considered as resistive load. So in resistive load, XL component is 0. Cos phi is R by Z. Fine. And similarly, tan phi is XL by R. So if XL component is 0, it means it is going to be 0. And in this case, it is considered as a resistive circuit. And in resistive circuit, the power factor is 1. Similarly, if a tube light which is in our premises having a choke coil on a tube light, fine, we may consider it as inductive circuit here. So it is not purely inductive circuit. It may be a combination of R and L, because always there is a resistance inside this choke coil, or we can say a tube. Fine. So tube light is the best example of RL series circuit where you can apply this equation for the calculation of power. Okay. Now we have seen that the power is V into I, and this is an apparent power. Fine. Till today we have learned that the power is a product of voltage and current. But in case of an alternating current, we know that the power is VI cos phi, where V and I are RMS values. Right? And this power is also known as active power. Now onwards, this apparent power we are going to abbreviate it as S here. Instead of power capital P, we are going to abbreviate as S. That stands for apparent power is V into I. Fine. So when the power factor is 1, means the cos phi is 1, it is considered as apparent power. When would be possible cos phi is 1? In the case of resistive circuit. Fine. So resistive circuit will consume this apparent power. But if there is an inductive circuit or a capacitive circuit, then there would be actual power consumed. Suppose if the resistive circuit is connected and it consumes 100 watt power. In case if the inductor is connected either in series or parallel, then this VI product is 100, but if the power factor is 0.9, then the actual power consumed, that is 90 watt instead of 100 watt. So this is active power, and this active power is really consumed by electrical devices. So we can define the component of current which is in phase with the circuit voltage. Fine. So if we write this voltage and the current is I cos phi, and similarly another component is I sin phi. Fine. So here we can say the voltage and I cos phi component are in phase with each other. In such situation, here you can say I cos phi and the product of V. Fine. This is nothing but it is both the quantities are in phase with each other, and this component is known as Watt-full component. Sometimes it is also known as Watt-full component or active component. So we can draw a power triangle also. Where this is nothing but it is S is V into I, called active, or we can say apparent power. Now this is an angle phi. If we resolve this Vi into cos phi, then this would be your, this component would be Vi cos phi, because this vector Vi, if you resolve it on x-axis, this is an x-axis. If you resolve it on x-axis, that would be multiplying by cos phi here. So Vi cos phi is active power, and it is abbreviated as capital P. And this part, that is known as reactive power, and it is also, we can write Vi sin phi, Vi sin phi, and this is reactive power, reactive power. So there is a whole subject of active and reactive power in electrical engineering. We are not going to discuss much more about this active and reactive power, fine, but the little bit knowledge is required, because now onwards we are going to have active power instead of apparent power. That is what we are going to calculate. Only if the circuits are having different elements connected in series, either in parallel. Got it? Okay. Yes. Pardon? Okay. No. See, this 10 watt is only possible only when there is a resistive circuit. Fine. So the total power consumed by the circuit is 100 watt. But if it is not purely inductive, then the total power consumed by 90 watt only. So this 100 watt is taken is from this reference only. Fine. Now let us come to the importance of power factor here. The importance of power factor. Fine. So you will understand it very clearly. Importance of power factor. Okay. Now we know that the equation is P is equal to V into I into cos phi. This is what we derived for RL series circuit. Even we can derive it for RC and RLC series circuit also. Similar equation, fine. And from this equation, we can write the equation of I. I is equal to what? Total power, active power upon V cos phi. Fine. Now we know that if it is purely resistive circuit, the power factor is unity. If it is purely inductive circuit, then power factor is 0. But if the circuit is a combination of R and L or R and C, fine, then the power factor varies between 0 and 1. So suppose, say for an example, 0.9, 0.8. Now here, which one is the best here? The best value is 1. Unity power factor, fine. So if it is 1, then the current is inversely proportional to the power factor here. So when power factor is 1, there is no effect. As and when the power factor is decreasing, 0.9, 0.8, ultimately your denominator is decreasing, and hence the current is increasing. So for, we can say at lower power factor, please try to understand, at lower power factor, AC circuits, maybe any, draws more current from the mains, draws main current from the mains. As a result of this, there are certain disadvantages. So poor power factor is also matters a lot. Poor power factor means which is not 1, less than 1, 0.9, 0.8, 0.5. Fine. Suppose if you have a motors, different electrical motors, different electrical gadgets having a power factor 0.5, it means your efficiency is 50% now. Clear? Let us say, suppose if it draws more current, then we know that the current density, so it requires the higher diameter conductors, Fine. So the size of conductor through which the current is flowing, the size of the conductor is going to increase. If the size of the conductor is going to increase, definitely the cost of the material is going to be increased. Okay. So whenever we purchase or whenever we design any electrical gadgets, we must try to or tends to power factor unity. It is not unity practically. Practically, it is not possible one, but we try to. So in electrical motors, if you go and if you purchase it, these electrical motors, these electrical motors having higher power factor value 0.9, 0.95 give you the good results compared to zero point 0.7 and 0.6 power factor. So 0.6 and 0.7 power factor means it will draw more current, and if the more current draw for the same application, then the energy consumption will be more. I mean the units will be more, and ultimately your bill, electricity bill will be more. Fine. So in such cases, if you as an engineer, if you go to the industry or if you go to somewhere in industry, fine, where you have to talk about power factor also. But normally in our local markets, we never ask about the power factor and all such things. We only look at the cost of the machine and then we buy it accordingly, isn't it? So this is number one. Number two is poor power factor. So VI cos phi, apparent power and active power. If we take the ratio, we can find out the efficiency also. So in the first case, I had written 100 watt consumption. So efficiency is 100% because the power factor is 1. Now in the second case, it is 90. Right? So 90 by 100 if we take, and if we find out the efficiency, we can find the efficiency. Clear? So here, if the power factor is lower in the sense 0.8, 0.7, 0.6 and something, then the efficiency is also going to be different. And if the power factor is lower, then the voltage drop is also larger. Voltage drop across any component, or we can say passive component. And we know that at lower power factor, conductors how to carry large current, which increases the voltage drop in the system. Clear? So these are the advantages and disadvantages having a power factor. So power factor is always there. If you have a fan in your premises and if you run the fan, we know that there is a capacitor which is connected there. So power factor improvement के लिए वहां पर कैपेसिटर लगाया जाता, वो कैपेसिटर आप फैन ओपन करके देखिए, एक छोटा सा सिलेंडर दिखेगा आपको. And if the power factor is improved, the torque is also more compared to the normal circuit. Fine. So normally we know that the capacitor is there for improving the torque initially to run the fan smoothly. Correct. So this is about RL series circuit. Now let us discuss about RC series circuit. In RC series circuit, nothing much more difference, but yes, instead of inductor, a capacitor is connected in the circuit. So resistor is there, and then there is a capacitor. Both are connected in series across the supply system. Here we can write the voltage drop, that is VR, and here it is. We have also drawn the vectors of both the individual components. Here it is VR and current I, because the same current I is flowing from both the elements, passive elements which are connected in series. And the equation of applied voltage V is equal to Vm sine omega t because it is alternating voltage. Similarly, we also derived the vectors when purely capacitive circuit is there. Okay. In that case, we know that the current was a leading quantity by 90 degree and the voltage was lagging by 90 degree. So you can represent current I and VC like this also by 90 degree. In somewhere different books, it may be written as like VC here and I here. Ultimately, in anticlockwise direction, in both the cases, the current is a leading quantity. If you refer the different books, you will find these different vectors representation on the top of the circuit. But the meaning is same. The meaning is what? The amount of current which is flowing through RC series or only C capacitor circuits where the current always leads by 90 degree. We can represent these vectors are also in this case. Suppose if you want to represent the current vector, because the current is common in both the cases, we can represent the current as horizontal vector I in both the cases. And if you want to represent the voltage, that is VC, which is lags behind by 90 degree. By 90 degree. Clear? V is the RMS value of voltage, I is the RMS current which is flowing through it, VR is the voltage drop across resistor, and VC, which is the voltage drop across the capacitor. And from all this, we can derive the various expressions of voltage, current, and impedances and power factor, power also. Now, from these different vectors, we can write the various equations. Number one, V, that is applied voltage V or supply voltage V is equal to VR plus VC. VR plus VC. Now we can have different vectors that we can draw on a single XY plot because here these four different vectors acting simultaneously. Fine. So we can write or we can draw various waveforms from this. So what is the difference if you compare with your RL series circuit? In RL series circuit, this VC component, instead of VC, VL component was on the top because VL was leading by current by 90 degree and current lags there. But here in capacitive circuit, the current leads. And for that reason, we can have the triangle called voltage triangle. We can derive it from after drawing the various vectors. So we can represent this vector current I here. Current is a common vector, so we can consider it as a common in both the cases. And from this, we can draw the vector of V and VC also. So vector V is again coincide with this. So we can write this is VR. And what about the another vector called VC? So VC is in the downward direction. Current leads. This is VC. Now in the previous case, we have drawn VL on the upper side. Now here it is in the negative side. Fine. And the resultant that we can draw from this. Okay. Now if we draw this VC parallel to this one also here, we can draw. So this is a VC. And we can draw the resultant one, which is acting and is considered as V. So here in this case, the voltage triangle is in the reverse direction compared to the previous circuitry. So here if we write OA and B, similarly we can write OA and B, and this is an angle phi, this is VR, this is VC, This is VC. Sometimes it is also written as minus VC here because it is in the negative half part. And here it is V. Here it is V. And from this voltage triangle, we can also write the impedance triangle and this impedance triangle is similar to the impedance triangle of RL series circuit. This is R, Z, and here it is X, C, and it is abbreviated as minus C, minus XC because it is in the negative side. Fine. So we can write VR is equal to I into R, V is equal to I into Z, and VC is equal to I into XC. Fine. Okay. Now we can derive the various equations based on this, and we can write the equation of impedance. We can write the equation of voltages also. So first of all, let us have an equation of voltage which we have written. We can also write V is equal to under root of VR square plus VC square if we know that different magnitudes. Fine. Similarly, from this triangle, we can write tan phi. Tan phi is equal to minus VC upon VR. Is it? This is VC and this is VR. So tan phi is VC upon VR that we can write. And similarly, we can write minus I into XC, where XC is equal to 1 upon 2 pi FC. 1 upon 2 pi FC. Right? We can write. We will discuss about this inductive reactance and capacitive reactance when we discuss about the resonance condition of the circuit. Okay, so here we can convert these values, and finally we can write by cancelling I, we can also write minus XC upon R. We can find the power factor and angle between the voltage and current with the help of phi is equal to tan inverse minus XC by. This is the equation of angle phi. We can similarly use R by Z also, because here in this condition also we can find the power factor cos phi is equal to R by Z. Cos phi is R upon Z. Okay. Similarly, in inductive circuit also the power factor is R by Z. Clear? Here it is also R by Z. And if all the three different components are connected in series, then also we will get the same equation. Also we'll get the same equation here. Clear? Okay. Now power factor, we know that R by Z, but how to derive this equation from this voltage triangle? We can derive it. Yes, we can derive. How? Let us see. So from this voltage triangle, we can write cos phi is equal to VR upon V, or we can say IR upon I into Z, and then we can write R by Z also. So these are the equations of power factor. What is the equation of impedance then? Impedance equation can be derived from this equation. V is equal to under root of VR square plus VC square. Instead of VL, we can write VC here. And if we take I common from this, we can write R square plus XC square, because here XC is the minus, but the square value is there. Fine. So here you can write minus XC whole square. Ultimately, it will be plus. Okay. And here you can find I into Z, where Z is equal to under root of R square plus, sorry, minus XC, we can say. And the unit is ohm. Unit is ohm. Fine. So this is impedance triangle. Now, if we want to represent these two different vectors, if we want to represent two different vectors, or we can say two different equations in graphical waveforms. We can, yes, that we can. So if you want to represent graphically, we can represent in the form of waveforms also. So this is with respect to time t, and this is voltage equation. We can write E is equal to Em sine omega t plus or minus 0. Why I'm writing plus or minus 0? Because it is referencing at t is equal to 0. Okay. Now, what about the current? कौन बताएगा?
I equal to Im sine omega t plus omega plus
Plus
5.
5. Plus 5. So from where we can start, either left side or right side. This is 90 degree.
Left
Here also it is, yeah,
side.
from left side. So again, this curve is in between 0 and 90 degree because it is also varies, fine, accordingly. So here we can start from this and we can draw the vector of current also. Sometimes in different books, sometimes in a different books, they start like this only. So ultimately the meaning is same because they have represented only the right side part of the waveforms. Clear? We can also have, sorry. We can also have this part, and this is what? An angle phi here. This is an angle phi, fine. Where this is the waveform of current, and this waveform is I is equal to Im sine omega t plus phi. In case of inductive circuit, it was minus phi. Here in case of it is plus phi. Why it is plus phi? Because we have seen that the either the current is in leading position in parallel capacitive circuit, I is leading by 90 degree, and in resistive circuit, I is in phase with voltage, applied voltage. Therefore, we can write that the power factor or the phi that is varying in between either 0 and 1 mean cos 0 and cos 90, fine, but here in the reverse direction. So this may be an angle here in this case. Suppose if you draw this different waveforms, VC, VR and current I. So the angle is 90 degree here in this case for VC, and for VR angle is 0. And the combination of this VR and VC is always is an intermediate angle because it will never 0 in case of purely resistive circuit. It will never 0 in case of purely capacitive circuit. There is no practically existence of purely inductive circuit and purely capacitive circuit or purely resistive circuit, and hence the power factor never reach to 1, but it is varies in between 0 and 1. Clear? Similarly, we can derive the equation of power. Power P is equal to V into I, and we know that the equation of V is equal to V m sine omega t, and I is equal to Im sine omega t plus phi. And if we take the multiplication, and then we can derive the equation of power. So it is Vm sine omega t into Im sine omega t plus phi. And here again we can repeat the same procedure into 2 times sine omega t into sine omega t plus Yes or no? Again, we can apply the same sine into sine. Clear? 2ss. So we can write the equation that is 1/2 Vm and then cos omega t minus omega t plus phi. So here we will get minus omega t and minus omega t will be cancelled. So phi will be here. Then minus cos omega t plus omega t. I mean omega t minus omega t, and so here we will get omega t plus phi. So it will be 2 omega t plus phi. Clear? And similarly, we can find Vmin cos phi minus 1/2 Vmin cos 2 omega t plus phi. Okay? And here, as I discussed in the previous lecture also, that the frequency component is 2 times. Fine. So with respect to time, this component is going to vary and we may not consider for power calculations because it is an imaginary part. Here, this is a real part. So we can write the power is 1/2 Vm Im cos phi. And the same equation that was we derived it for RL series circuit also. Fine. And we can write Vm by root 2 into Im by root 2 into cos phi, and Vm by root 2 is V RMS into I RMS into cos phi. So similar equation we derived it for power also. Only the difference here it is plus phi, and instead of the remaining terms are similar, and we can find the power using Vi cos phi. Vi cos phi, where normally RMS value is not mentioned in equations. Even in examples, if the value of voltage and currents are given, you should consider as the values which are given are RMS values. RMS values. Fine. And these RMS values are used for the calculation of various examples. Got it, everyone? Any question till RC series circuit? In the next lecture, I am going to complete RLC series circuit also and resonant condition also. Then I will jump directly on parallel circuit, and within 2 lectures, I will complete parallel circuits also. Fine. And after series and parallel combinations of these circuits, this chapter is going to be over. And then finally, we will start with analog circuits, chapter number 3. But before starting chapter number 3, we are going to have a few examples, because examples are very important even for objective type questions also. And these examples which we are going to discuss in detail, I mean, now we have more than 10 or 15 minutes. So let us have one example today. Clear? Okay. Now we can represent the impedance Z is equal to R plus XL square. Fine. The meaning is we can represent these components like this, and this 90 degree, sometimes we can write J also. Similarly, we can write the various forms of this expression Z is equal to R plus JXL, where J is the component, we can say it is under root -1, and that represent that the XL vector is 90 degree, at 90 degree with respect to this R. So we can represent Z is equal to R plus JXL. J is an operator which is having a value of under root -1, which already studied before. So we will not discuss much more about the operator J. But this operator J represents that the axial quantity is at 90 degree with respect to R. Similarly, we can also derive in the various form. In the various form also. Fine. Polar form. Do you know what is polar form? This is Cartesian form. We can write it
That
in
r theta
uh,
form is.
yeah, r theta form, r angle theta form. Fine. So this is a polar form. Similarly, we can represent in exponential form also. R e raised to by e raised to j theta. Exponential form also that we can represent. And another way of representing is trigonometrical form. Cos theta, cos phi, or if it is theta, cos theta plus j sin theta, like this. So if you know these four different conversions, fine. If you know this value of R and XL, you can write all the such things into polar form, and either from polar form to Cartesian, then Cartesian to exponential form, or into trigonometrical form. So that conversion is very important to understand before we proceed to the examples. These conversions, because sometimes the impedance is given, or the current is given, or the voltage is given. Suppose voltage V is given 50 angle 0 degree, like this. So this is a magnitude here, and this is an angle at which it is acting. Fine. Suppose VC is given like 50 angle 90 degree. The meaning is what? The VC component, because it is a capacity component, and always it is leg, or I mean, in case of capacitor, it is leads by 90 degree. So this 90 degree shows that it is not the voltage which is acting or which is supply voltage, but it is a voltage drop across the capacitor, where the value is like this. So various forms are given, and during this weekend, you please go through these mathematical terms and try to find out the conversion from either of these four different positions or conditions. And the same thing that you can do it with the calculator. Suppose we know that a very simple triangle, that is, sorry, having a value of 3 and 4 here, we know that the resultant answer is 5 here. Clear? So if you know this is 3 and this is 4, so x is 3 and y is 4, or we can say r is 3 and xl is 4. Clear? We know that this is 5. So we can represent this whole circuitry with different forms. Say for an example, R is 3, J into XL is 4. So we can represent this. Say for example, if it is an impedance, we can write Z is equal to 3 plus J4. Various examples will give you this kind of impedances in this various numericals. Clear? So this is the one way we can represent. Second way we can represent, we know that the resultant is what? Under root of 3 square plus 4 whole square. So answer is 5 here. So we can convert into polar form. Polar form is what? Polar form is the resultant with an angle, and this angle is phi is equal to tan inverse x by r. Okay, so what is resultant? Resultant is phi here. What is an angle? Approximately, say for example, 36 degree. Yeah. So if you solve this phi tan inverse 4 by 3, you will get something 32 something value, 32 or something, whatever it may be. Right? But you can represent this impedances. So in example, impedance may be given in this way. The meaning is what? The resistance value is 3, XL value is 4. Fine. In RL circuit, in RC circuit, the value of resistance is 3, value of capacitance is 4. And sometimes the impedance is given like 5 with 32.5 degrees Celsius. So impedances may be given in this way also, in this way also. Because sometimes if there are more than 2 components or more than 2 quantities acting simultaneously, then the multiplication would be difficult in the case of Cartesian form. So better option is that you convert all this Cartesian form into polar form, And in polar form, we can easily add and subtract various values and we can find the various. Got it? So my humble request all of you to please go through this conversion of 4 different forms. One is Cartesian form, second is polar form, third is exponential form, e raised to j theta, and the fourth one is trigonometrical form, cos theta plus j sin theta. If you are able to convert all these 4 different forms using calculator, please keep in mind, using calculator, if you are unable to solve, then there is no issue to solve any of the examples of RL series and parallel circuits. So before proceeding to numericals, please during this weekend go through these 4 different conversions. It is also available in your different books mentioned before. Professor U. Patel and another is B.L. Thareja. Go through it. There is a chapter called complex algebra. You will find all these kind of conversions. Then next week on Monday, we are going to start with RLC series circuit and the different equations. Then we will directly jump on to numericals. Is that clear, everyone? And also, I am going to share one assignment containing 3 to 4 examples and only an assignment. And this assignment is very important for your term work assignment component. Fine. So 2 things that you have to submit. One is the term assignment. So I will have one assignment having 4 examples. 2 is from this RL series circuit or RC series circuit, and 2 is from the previous chapter called DC reviews. Fine, star delta conversion and all such things that. So 2 plus 2 examples will be asked in this assignment. I will upload it on LMS. Fine, by Monday, sure, and then you have to finish it by 15th of January. And second is the presentation, which already discussed before, that you have to upload it on LMS also.
सर
Yes.
सर वो प्रेजेंटेशन का टॉपिक था, उसमें से आपने कहा था कि अगर कोई डाउट होगा तो हम कहेंगे, तो सर कुछ आया नहीं डाउट ऐसा, तो सर करें अब?
बहुत सारे ऐसे बच्चे हैं जिन्होंने not in our division but in other divisions also they have not submitted. Fine. So we will sit together, I mean all the faculty members, and then we will decide which one is okay and which one is not okay. By next Monday or Tuesday, we will give you the intimation. Fine. This is the okay or not.
सर थैंक यू.
Fine. Thank you. And wish you a very happy Christmas.
Thank you, sir.
थैंक यू सर.